Right, back at the Botanical Gardens. Going to start right at the very bottom because I've not done this bottom corner. So we will start here, Gateway Garden. Nice. This is pretty cool. Haven't seen this bit before. This used to be a parking lot. Haven't seen this bit. This is definitely a much better use for it than a parking lot, that's for sure. Yeah. Yes. Anybody who's never been to the Botanical Gardens in Calgary, I tell you, it's a fantastic place to visit. Loads of nice pathways, and it goes on for a considerable distance. This bit down the bottom is they've added a lot of this recently, and they've made an amazing job of it. Absolutely amazing. Right, I'm going to head on that way. We have the map. I'm right down the bottom here, and as you can see, it goes on for a considerable distance all the way up. It's a brilliant location. It's a nice place to come for a walk. I've come down to make sure there's no garbage in it. I found a couple of tiny little bits of garbage, but they do keep it very, very clean here. I mean, that's for sure. And there's all kinds of sports fields and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to follow the pathway up through and see what I can find on the way around. The other thing that you'll find through here is an absolute abundance of benches. Yeah, now that's really cool. I like that. Yeah. Great location. Like I say, lots and lots of sport fields. There's a playground over there for the kids and stuff. There's no kids in there, so okay, film it. And then you just follow this pathway up through here, all the mulch pathways, and you can follow it all the way up to the top. Right, I'm going to go that way. Right, all around here you'll find there's nice little areas like this with picnic benches and places to sit and what have you. It's very nice in here in the shade. I can tell you the difference in temperature is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Very nice. Nice and cool in here, and less mosquitoes. That's always a good thing. Right, lots of gardens to explore, and I'm going to head that way. Oh, this one's new. I don't recall seeing this before. There's all kinds of little statue-y things all through here. I don't remember seeing that one before. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. Loads, like I say, there's loads and loads of benches and that through here. Oh, is that a piece of garbage? Let's see. Not sure what that is, but it looks like garbage, so we'll pick that up. Yeah. Yeah. That is very cool. Right, all you have to do in here is just basically follow the pathways up through. There's lots of them. Yeah. I think we'll head up through that way, I think. Not sure. This looks like a better route to go. So I'll head up through here. There's loads of parking down here. But as you can see, I mean, the main road is literally just there. Yeah. So it's actually, it's very nice down in here, it really is. Right, when I go through here, there's all kinds of bits and pieces. I don't recall seeing this one before. Found a few little bits of garbage. Oh, there's another piece. Yeah. Prairie Celebration Roses. They've got this well organised for irrigation and stuff. This piece is new. I don't recall seeing this piece before. So there's a sign over there, the Botanical Gardens. This is new. I don't recall seeing this piece before. Lots of roses, which is always good. And a couple of little bits of garbage. We'll see if I can find any more. But most people, when they walk through here, it's very, very clean. You always get bits blown in from somewhere. What do we got here? Community trees. New micro forest. It's like a Miriaki forest, isn't it? When they do the Miriaki stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, densely planted trees like that. That's if that was Miriaki, there would be about 10 times as many trees in there. But they grow really, really fast if you do that technique. A lot of people are doing it worldwide now. But yeah, that'll be nice when that grows. Another bound of trees. Excellent. This all started as what was called a birthplace forest. But, when you have kids in Calgary, they used to do the birthplace forest. So for every kid that was born in a particular year, they would take areas like this and plant trees. And this is exactly what this started as. So, yeah, certainly very nice now. Right, I need to find a bin just to put these last little bits of garbage in, and we can continue on all up the side. Here we have a Zen garden, and you can follow the pathway around like that lady's doing over there. You can follow the pathway all the way around, and it leads you all the way around and into the middle, and then if you keep following it, it brings you all the way back out. See, she's following it all the way around. This is brilliant. Love this place. Yeah, like I say, anybody who's never been here, you should. Loads of new trees in here. Yeah, lots of more what I would call less manicured areas, like this where it's wilder. So it becomes more overgrown, but it's also good for habitat. Yeah. Yes, I have walked all the way around this pathway before now, and it actually takes quite a while to go all the way around. Yeah, lots of nice benches. The sky is greying up a bit. They did say it might rain later. Yeah. Certainly a nice place for a walk, and you can walk all the way up and then obviously back down the same route. It doesn't go around in a loop, but it's a very nice walk each way. See different things when you come back the different direction. Oh, they've changed the benches in there. There used to be a couple of different benches in this piece. Yeah, right. So we'll head right up the top and see what I can see. This is something we need to see more of. The grass is not sprayed beautiful green grass. There's a lot of clover and that in here as well, which is really, really good for the bees. Bees love clover. Yeah. Fruit grove. There's all kinds of different themed areas up through here. Rhubarb. Right, so let's see what's in the fruit grove. Got some apple trees. Some spruce in here as well. Oh, new fence. That's very nice. Not sure who made that, but nicely done. Made fences like that in the past. We've got currants and things in. Like I say, there's all kinds of little picnic tables and places to stop off. Lots of currants. I know later in the year you can come through this, is absolutely full of currants, raspberries and all kinds of things through here. And over here, here it is. So it should be a nice little seating area over in here. Yeah. Sat here a few times. Hello, puppy dog. Somebody's dog. Yeah. Yeah. This is always a good spot to sit for a while. It's one of those little free library things where you can leave books and stuff. Yes, great idea. Oh, and the dog off to find the owner. There it is. Yeah. Right. I will continue on my way up the hill. Right. All the way up through here, there's these nice wooded bits. It's a very nice mix of trees in here, which is always good. And everything's mulched. Use the mulch for the pathways, which I think is a brilliant idea. There's like benches everywhere. I think they've unified the benches because there used to be lots of different benches in here. So all the benches look to be the same kind now, which is good. This is a great mix of trees. And like I say, if you've never been here, this is well worth a visit, that's for sure. Yeah. Just the other side of this piece in here, I'll walk down that way on the way back. There's all kinds of little flower beds in there with nice little sculptures. They all got different themes. Yeah. Loads of nice benches where you can just come and sit in amongst the trees. Basically look at the trees grow, which is a good thing to do every now and again. More people should do that. Yeah. These little pathways that go through here, they used to be just little paths that people had kind of made themselves, and now they've turned them into proper paths, so that's good. Yeah. Right, I will continue up to the top here, and then we get into the flower beds part at the top. I'll show you that when we get there. As you come out through the trees, you get stuck getting into what I call the flower beds. There's loads and loads of people up in here, loads and loads of flowers. All kinds of different plants, literally thousands of them. And one of the busiest main roads in Calgary is just over there. You wouldn't think so. Yeah. And all of these plants in here are all planted and maintained. They're all by volunteers. Sea buckthorn, yeah. Same kind of leaves as the Aleagnus. Yeah, and then it continues on up the side over that way. Right, this piece up through here, with the flower gardens behind the wall, there's a great big sound wall that goes up along here. And they've used that as a backdrop to the main road, just over there. Yeah. And if you come up through here, they put a sound wall in here. And all the way up the side of the sound wall, they have planted thousands and thousands of plants. So this is all maintained pretty much by volunteers, and a lot of it's just private donations. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Can't get much better than that, can it? I'm going to follow it all the way to the top. This goes up quite a considerable distance. Loads and loads of flowers in here, literally thousands of them. Yeah, very nice. Right, going to head up that way and see what else I can find. And here I am, right at the top. Just found a couple of small bits of garbage. Let's put those in the bin. There was a nice seating area over in here. Let's go see if it's still here. Yeah. Half Moon Garden. This would be a nice little place to sit down here. Oh, it's still there. Just a little picnic table hidden away in the corner over here. Still is. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. So I like to come and sit in this corner. It's good. See, there's some blocks here. Let me just look over the wall. Right. This shows you where it is. And we've got main LRT track in Calgary. We've got, this is Crowchild Trail. Yeah. And as you can see, it's amazing what can be achieved if people put their minds to it. Yeah. So yes, Calgary definitely needs a lot more of this. Yeah. Very nice to see. Definitely need more. A lot of the plants and that in here are sponsored by Bluegrass Nurseries. Thank you very much for all your help. Yeah. Yeah. This is, like I say, that's Crowchild all the way down through here. Yeah. These are like veggie gardens. That looks like potatoes, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah, that is potatoes. Yeah. Potatoes, some onions. Yeah. That's good. They compost all the stuff as well, which is always nice. They compost all the materials in here. Any trees that are chomped up, they get shredded and turned into mulch and stuff. So there's Crowchild. Yeah. It's absolutely amazing what can be done if people just want to do it. Yeah. Right, I'm going to head back down. This piece here I like. This is the Shakespeare Garden. Yeah. Mosquitoes are a pain. Yeah. Oh, did we get a new pathway? Not sure if this is the same path. It's a very nice place to just come for a walk. Oh, there's more crab apples. Yeah. Herb garden. Like I say, there's loads of different themes with plants and that up through here, which is always really nice. Try that. Yes, very nice indeed. Yeah, this is the Shakespeare Garden. I'm going to head back down that way, which heads back down the side of the wall there. and we will go from there. This is a very popular spot, obviously, with people with their dogs, and you can see the city in the distance over the top of the wall there. That's Calgary, downtown Calgary. It's always nice down. There's loads and loads of people walk up through here, and obviously being a Sunday really helps. Right, I'm going to continue down that. All along here, it looks like we've got new mulch along here. It's all along here. This is what I call the sculpture gardens, because each one has a different theme. This one is pelicans. There's owls down here somewhere, which I think are really nice. Yeah. Yeah, so some of these pathways through here, these weren't originally official pathways. People had just made them through the trees. Yeah. But all the way down through here, there's different sculptures and all that kind of stuff. The other path that I walked up, the treed path, is just the other side here, through the bushes. Yeah. What's this one? This one looks like eagles. There's owls down there somewhere. I like the owls. Owls are cool. Yeah. This is the eagle one. And a lot of these are donated by different families and what have you. Right, I'm going to continue down here until I find the owls. Right, found the owl garden. I knew they were along here somewhere. I like these owls. We've got a sea buckthorn in the middle there. All kinds of nice plants in here. There's the owls. These are my favourite. I like these. Those are really cute. Can't odds that. Yes, very nice. I think those actually they're one of the simplest sculptures in here. There's some very fancy ones, but there's some of the simplest, but they're actually brilliant. Yeah, let's say this is the owl garden. Who is this donated by? Sponsored by one of the founding sponsors. Cool. Yeah, very nice. Yes, can't odds that. I like that. And all the way through here they have these little QR codes, so you can just scan them and go onto their app from the Botanical Gardens, and it will tell you all about it. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. People go out into the mountains to find larch trees and stuff, and there's loads of larch in here, loads of it. But you'll find there's all these like little plantings of different conifers over in there. There's little nursery beds over in there where they raise plants and stuff like that. Yeah. But what an amazing place. Calgary most definitely needs more of this. Yeah. On a much better scale. Yeah. Although this is actually, it's really nice walk up through here. It really is nice. Right. They've changed the pathways down through here. So I'm going to continue down through there and go from there. There's a water fountain in here as well. Obviously people and pets. Got one for the dogs as well. There's a lot of people walk their dogs and that through here. Yeah. Right. I see some mulch through there. I'm going to go and explore, see where that goes. Not sure I've been through this bit. Got to go off-roading. Can't possibly come out there anywhere with me without doing some off-roading. Yeah. Ah, another compost pile. One thing I do like up in here is they compost everything. Yeah, which is great because it gives you mulch and fertiliser and everything for everything else. Oh, I know where this is. Yes, there's a big compost bin here. So, yeah, this is obviously mulch storage area. Yeah. There used to be a big bin here for mulch. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Yes. Mulch and gravel and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. All kinds of things hidden in the trees. It's really cool. Yeah. Right, going to continue down that way. Here we are back to this bit. These two benches in the trees here, there used to be a great big stone bench in here. Go and check it out. Looks like they put a new one in, so I see new gravel. It's very pleasant. Yes, looks like we've got a new bench. Looks like there's somebody sitting there. So we'll let them do their thing. Yeah, there used to be a big stone bench there. So we'll head down this way. See what we can find down here, other than lots of mosquitoes. Yeah. Right, let's head down there and head back onto the main path. Lots and lots of benches up through here. Lots of interesting things on the benches too. There's all kinds of knickknacks on benches and stuff. I find all kinds, look. Which is always good. Yeah. Adds for a bit of different interest. What do we got here? What does that say? We'll find so many signs in here. Hot Wings Maple. Ah. Now that's a good idea. Plan. Yeah. Yes. Bur oak. They grow very slowly, which is good. There's another one there. They grow very slowly, but they actually make for really good trees because they grow for a very long time. A lot of Calgary's trees, especially the aspens and stuff, they're very short-lived. They don't survive very long. But, you know, 40-50 years, that's pretty much their lifespan. A lot of the pines obviously can live for a very, very long time. But bur oak, they grow very slowly, but they grow for a very long time. I used to plant oaks in the UK, and yeah, first 20 years they grow like crazy. The next 600 years they grow a little slower. But yeah, oh, a little bit of garbage there. Let's pick that up. Right. I have to say, I was going to bring my bucket up through here and pick up litter, but I wouldn't have it so far. I wouldn't have enough to fill a handful, pretty much. So that's actually a really good sign. Right, I'm going to continue down that way. Right, on I go. Right, and here we are, almost back to the beginning. There's bicycle storage over there, so you can lock your bike up over there. There's a little kiosk thing here that tells you all about it. Yeah, loads of good information here. Yeah, so basically started down here, went all the way up to the top and back down again. Yes, very nice indeed. Right, on I go. Right, I think I'll call that it for this video. Yeah, thanks for coming along. There's loads of nice quiet places to sit like that over there in the trees. Yeah, thanks for coming along. This is the Botanical Gardens in Calgary in Silver Springs. If you haven't been here, it's well worth a visit. It's a nice little walk, and I'll see you on the next one.